So I always talk about how my wife always says we need to communicate more. That's what she always says. I mean, I think that's what she's saying. I'm not even listening. But it's hard to communicate with you women because y'all communicate with each other in too many ways we can't keep up. Two girls, y'all made up your own language, ladies. Y'all can take a word and repeat it, and that'll change the meaning of the word. My wife will say, yeah, we're going shopping, but don't worry, we're not going shopping. Every female in this room knows what that means, don't you? Every woman out there said this for too. I like him, but I don't like him like him. I kissed him, but it wasn't a kiss. I don't make it up, ladies. I just write it down. At least y'all can talk, though, because guys, we think we're cool. Every guy in this room, we all think we're smooth talkers. Sorry, fellas, we're all big loser geeks. We cannot talk to a woman without a drink in her hand. We have to have something to drink. That way, when we take a sip, it cues her to answer our questions. Watch each other. We always walk up to women and go, so, what's your name? Oh, really? Where are you from? See, they know. They're laughing. Now, learn that in college. Clap again if you're in school. Who's in college? Clap again. I saw some college people. Clap again. College. Keep clapping. Yeah. You go to school right there? Where do you go to school, ma'am? I said, ma'am. Is that not the right thing to say? It's comedy right there. See that right there? You go to school too? Yeah? No? Young lady back there, where do you go to school, ma'am? Right there? Where do you go to school? I saw some ladies clapping. Where do you go to school? Where? Evergreen. Is that here? It's online. Oh, community college. Online. Your chat room? What is that? What do you study? Cybersecurity. Online class. And I thought you were making up your job. I stand corrected. So how long you been online? A year. So how much community? 2 years? Did I stutter? It's community college, so a 2-year program? 4. Have you paid for this? I'm totally kidding. I'm sure you're going to be great at it. So what's your name? I'm kidding. That's a joke. Seriously. Seriously, what's your name, really? I'm running out, babe. What's your name? What's your name? Doug. So where are you from? So I've been married 24 years. My wife is awesome. She is gorgeous. You had nothing to do with it. Why are you clapping? She is gorgeous. She is smarter than I am. She's funnier. Overmarried. Because every guy wants to overmarry, don't you, fellas? Yeah, you want your buddies walking up going, dude. Not dude. Oh, a few weeks ago, my wife got her identity stolen. But the guy's spending less money. I'm just gonna let her ride. This woman's not like, she's shaking her head at me. It's a true story. And my wife's mad at me right now. I know she's mad. I haven't spoken to her. I just know she's not gonna be happy with me. She's called me 3 times before the show while I was back there. My phone rang 3 times, it was her, I didn't answer. Well, she has no idea I changed her name in my contacts to potential spam. Is that hilarious? That's hilarious, isn't it? Oh, she'll laugh after she's not. That's hilarious. It's hilarious. My wife's really smart. She really is. I mean, crazy smart. She has a BA, bachelor's degree in accounting. She has a law degree and a minor in archaeology, which then means she knows how to spend money, she knows how to argue, and she's good at digging up the past. She's never said anything instantly stupid like I talk about up here until last year, finally. I was doing a show in Cabo, had a couple nights off, and they gave us tickets to go hear this Mexican band. So we're walking down the street, go hear this band, and I looked at the tickets, and there's no name of the band on the tickets. And I'm like, hey, honey, I wonder who we're going to go see, because there's no name on here. And she goes, yeah, there is right there, no cameras. I said, honey, that's no cameras. Now, she's chasing me down the street because I'm texting the kids going, you're not going to believe what your mom just did. We got home a couple nights later that had Latin music playing. My wife goes, what is that? And they go, no cameras! We have the whole collection of no cameras. Now when we go eat Mexican food, somebody has to order no cameras. The servers have no idea what we're doing. I'm like, dos no cameras, por favor. No, señor. Oh, sí, dos no cameras con queso. Por favor. No, señor, no cameras. No, sí, tres no cameras. Con queso. Sin cebolla. Por favor. My wife has to sit there through that whole thing. So great, man. So great. Newly married, engaged folks? Anybody? Newly married, engaged? Yeah? All right, you're not excited. Newly married or engaged?
Newly married.
Newly married. How long you been married?
A year.
A year, almost. So, 11 months? Last November. That's how guys keep track of time. It was hot when we got married. It's getting hot again. About a year. You could have done yours by Thanksgiving, man. I don't know. So you've been married 7 months-ish. Okay, that's not even close to a year. Just don't ever make that mistake the rest of your life. She's giving you, hey, she'll give you, see, you get a pass. She's over there tapping you on your shoulder. You know why? You've been married less than a year. The first year doesn't count. It's fake. No, because you don't care. Everything's so good. See, she's like, oh, that's okay, honey. No. Year 2 on, ain't going to happen. One is going to snap. Year 2 on. Right now, you still like each other. Y'all can do whatever, and you're still going to like what each other cooks or does. It's, oh, yeah, that's fine. You bought that. Yeah, whatever. Year 2 on? No. One of you's going to snap. Year 2 on. You'll be eating breakfast. And one of you's going to go, I hate Lionel Richie. And you're like going, what's that all about? I hate him. All right, then your music changes from then on. So don't let her trick you. Every woman tricks us. Oh, you do? First year my wife and I were married, we went to bed together. She looked fantastic. Year 2 on, looks like she's going to race the Iditarod. Wears hunting socks and Uggs to bed. I haven't seen her feet in 22 years. Mark my words, sir, year 2 on, you hear yourself saying stuff like, wow, new sweats. I love gray. Yeah, put the hood on, go in the bed of the Unabomber. Yeah, come on. Only advice I want to give you, people say never go to bed angry. Have you heard that? Yeah, they say never go to bed mad, but I'm telling you, sometimes you just gotta sleep. Next day, my wife's still mad, but I'm rested to handle the day. If my wife would figure out that I don't care about 95% of the stuff she cares about, our lives would be so much smoother. The other day, I was watching a ball game. She walks in, she grabs the remote, she pauses a DVR. She goes, "Hey, Henry, you like these curtains?" I said, "Yes." "Well, what do you like about them?" "No." One of those makes you leave, right? I don't You got married, so work at it, okay? Fight for it. It's not easy. 53 will tell you, 52, 57 will tell you it's work. Marriage is like a job. You clock in, and you never get to clock out. There are no vacation days. There's no workers' comp. Your boss stays the same. Now, you can get a new boss, but that'll cost you. Got to be nice to women. You know, I'm married. You know, I can't say things my wife can say to me. It's amazing. You know, it's just amazing. Like the other day, I was sitting on the couch watching a game, and we were going somewhere. Okay? I know we're going somewhere. I know exactly what time we should leave to get to where we're going. And she walks in, and she goes, "Do you know what time it is?" "No, I've never told time in my life." "What?" I go, "Yeah, it's dark outside. What do you want?" See, I could never say that to her. If I ever said that to her, man, something come flying at me, guaranteed. I would never go up to my wife and go, "Are you wearing that?" "Are you going to take a shower?" "Did you shave?" And when you have kids, she'll be able to find everything they can't. I don't know when it happens. I'll never get this. Jackson, my oldest, was a little boy, and he had a DS, little gamer, right? He left it in my truck. My truck's not dirty. It's not in my truck. So we walk in, I look at my wife, I go, "It's not in there." My wife's like, "Let me go look." I'm like, "Well, go look." No, she was already outside when I said that. I'm not stupid. She came back in 30 seconds. "It's right there." Hands it to Jackson, walks off. He looks at me and goes, "How does she do that?" I'm like, "Well, your mom's a witch." You ever seen your mom float? Witches can't float. Your mom's a witch. He goes, "She can find everything except her own cell phone." Are y'all one of those? Yeah, my wife, it's unbelievable how many times I got to ping my wife's phone. I get a text. I'll be 8 states away from her. I get a text from her friend. "Can you ping your wife's phone?" I'm like, "No." Y'all know who Glenn Campbell was? Okay, Glenn Campbell passed away. God rest his soul. So Glenn and I were doing a show in New Orleans a while back, and he had a touch of a cold. He goes, "Hey man, just put a cough drop in your mouth." That's what I do. I go, "You sing with a cough drop in there?" He goes, "Yeah, no one can tell." And I go, yeah, you're not that good anymore." But so we were doing a show for the International Poetry Society in New Orleans. So we get in the car to go to the venue, and Glenn gets in and goes, "Hey, Henry, you got your chicken jokes?" And I go, "Excuse me?" He goes, "You going to do some chicken jokes?" And I went, "Oh, no, you know what? They're all yours, man." "Okay," because I got a couple of chicken jokes. I go, "Yeah, do your chicken jokes, man." So I go up and do my bit. Glenn comes out, packed house, thousands of people. He starts telling chicken jokes, and they're just staring at him. And his manager's standing right next to me, and I just start laughing. He goes, "What?" And Glenn looks at me and goes, "What's going on?" I go, "Poetry, not poultry."
And his manager goes, did you know the whole time? I went, yeah, I sure did. He's like, why didn't you tell him? I go, because I'm a pro. Glenn hated me from that day on, man. Those people stared at him like he was the biggest idiot. Afterwards, you do that? I go, yeah, dude, yeah, I did. It took me twice, though. When you said chicken jokes, it didn't register until you said it again, and I went, oh, God, he's an idiot. Yeah, okay. Do your chicken jokes, Glenn. Go for it. My wife's from Arab, Alabama. Y'all just start laughing. If you don't know about Arab, it's usually spelled A-R-A-B. That's Arab, right? Not down there, it's Arab, because the original name of the town was Arad, but they misspelled it on the water tower. I can't make that up. It's like those guys going, I ain't going to climb back up there. All right, we'll change the name of the town. It's a little bitty town, all white people, all the time, except the day we got married. I had 20 Korean people in Arab. We freaked the whole town out. We were hanging out the Chevron. Or you go to Arab, see where you hang out. Some guy walked up and said, what are y'all doing here? I said, we may buy this place. You gonna buy the Chevron? No, the town. We are Korean. That's how my mother-in-law talks. He's Korean. His family came over from South Korea. I've never been to Korea. I've been to Hawaii. That's Hawaii. Some of y'all knew that. It's kind of sad.
Hello, and welcome back to Relation Tales. If you enjoyed today's story, tap like and hit subscribe so you never miss one. We appreciate every one of you watching. Drop a comment and tell us where you're watching from tonight. All right, let's get into it. Everyone claims betrayal arrives all at once, like a bolt out of the sky. That's not how it works. It creeps in slowly, the way a house hums faintly right before the wiring gives out. For months, I'd sensed that low hum underneath everything. Tiny fractures in the laughter, odd gaps in her sentences, a smile that showed up a beat too late whenever she looked my way. I told myself this was just what happens to marriages. People get swamped. Love shifts shape. But somewhere underneath, I already knew the truth. I'm Derek Coleman, 36, and I run a small business out of Denver, Colorado. I restore antique furniture, old pieces, damaged pieces, things people thought were beyond saving. I used to believe marriage worked the same way, that a fracture could be sanded down and glued back together if you tried hard enough. But you can't repair something when the other person has already quietly started a different life without you. Vanessa, my wife of 8 years, worked as a marketing director, the type of woman whose confidence made a room reorganize itself around her. Taylor Blazer's a sharper mind. She could win anyone over. And for a long stretch, she aimed that charm at me. Until the day she stopped. Her nights out grew longer, always explained away as client dinners, strategy meetings, networking events. I'd sit up waiting, my plate going cold, telling myself I believed her. But once trust starts to leak, it's nearly impossible to seal back up. That morning was when everything spilled out. Her text came through breezy and unbothered, like there was nothing to explain. Hey, sorry, my phone died overnight. Just saw all your messages now. No good morning. No explanation. Just a convenient excuse. That's the moment I decided to test what I already suspected. I typed back slowly, weighing every word. Strange, I wrote. It was still charging on Ryan's nightstand. Ryan, her coworker, the man who somehow turned up everywhere she went. I noticed the way she said his name, gentle and almost involuntary, like a secret she liked keeping. The typing bubble popped up, then vanished, reappeared, vanished again. That's when a cold feeling settled into my stomach. She never called, never texted back, didn't even send an emoji. just disappeared into a silence louder than any explanation could have been. I sat there staring at my phone, my own reflection ghosted across the dark screen. That was the second I stopped being her husband in my own mind. That was the second I turned into someone else. I wasn't planning to confront her yet. I wanted her to keep believing her lie was working. I wanted to see how far she'd take it to protect her secret. When she walked in that evening, she played her part flawlessly. The door swung open. Heels tapped across the hardwood. Her perfume drifted in behind her, expensive, sweet, laced with something like guilt. "Hey, babe," she said, all brightness. "Insane day. Can you believe my phone completely died? Ryan had to let me borrow his charger." She caught herself mid-sentence. My face had already given it away. "Ryan's charger?" I asked, keeping my voice flat. She blinked. "Yeah, from the office."
Why?
I exhaled slowly. "No reason. Just funny how you keep losing track of where you actually live." Her laugh came out thin and jittery. "Derek, come on, not this again. You're spiraling. You always do this when I'm under pressure." There it was, that word again, as though she were the exhausted one, and I was the one destroying something. Textbook redirection. I didn't say anything back. I just nodded, brushed past her, and grabbed my coat off the hook. "Don't stay up," I said quietly. "I've got pieces to finish at the workshop." But I never went to the workshop. I went looking for the truth instead. See, Vanessa had linked her work calendar to our home computer years earlier, back when we still had nothing to hide. And I knew she never bothered turning off the notifications. When I pulled it up, there it was, an entry from the night before. "Dinner with Ryan, 8 p.m., the Cascade Hotel." Not a team dinner. Not a client meeting. Just Ryan alone. Something inside me twisted, but I didn't throw the laptop or put a hole in the wall. That kind of outburst only hands cheaters more control. Instead, I smiled because now I wasn't guessing, I knew. Revenge, I realized, was never about yelling. It was about a silence so complete it follows you everywhere. Over the next several days, I became careful, patient. I studied her routines. She thought her secret was safely tucked away. I was already mapping her every step. I clocked the small smiles she gave her phone screen, the quick way she'd flip it face down when I walked into the room. And while she assumed I was quietly falling apart, I was building something far colder. Because when someone betrays you this thoroughly, you don't just pack up and leave. You let them watch everything they built on your trust come crashing down. And Vanessa, she was about to discover that the quiet husband she'd stopped taking seriously wasn't broken. He was calculating. The next morning I woke up surrounded by sunlight and dishonesty. Vanessa had already left, the smell of coffee and the fading echo of her heels the only trace of her. The note on the counter read, "Meeting out of town, back late tonight." A little heart drawn at the bottom, exactly like always. But I wasn't fooled anymore. I sat at the table staring at that note until the words blurred together. For years I had trusted her hearts and her promises without question. Now, they just looked like empty punctuation at the tail end of my patience. When betrayal hits people hard and fast, they do reckless things, yelling, pleading, falling apart. I'd watched friends go through exactly that. They lost everything because they confronted before they understood the full picture. I wasn't going to make that mistake. I didn't need closure. I needed clarity. So I reached out to my buddy Marcus Reyes, a tech guy who owed me a few favors. "Hey," I said casually, "remember that app you set up on your kid's phone to track her? I need something similar for a project." He hesitated for a beat, but didn't push for details. 2 hours later, I had what I needed, software that could mirror phone locations, messages, and call logs in real time. All that was left was 15 seconds alone with her phone. That night, Vanessa got home even later than usual. Her hair was messy, her perfume different, her eyes strangely bright. She kissed my cheek like guilt wasn't a concept to her. "Oh, you're still up," she said lightly. "Figured you'd be asleep by now." I smiled. Couldn't sleep. Kept thinking about our trip next weekend. Her eyebrows shot up. "Trip?" "Yeah." I lied without missing a beat. "You mentioned wanting to get away, so I booked us a cabin near Silver Lake." Her lips parted, caught between surprise and calculation. That's really sweet, she said, tone unsure. I'll double-check my calendar. She headed for the bedroom, plugged her phone in, and disappeared into the shower. 15 seconds. That's all I needed. While the water ran, I grabbed her phone, hooked it to my laptop, and watched the mirrored data load in. Texts, contacts, call history, every fragment of her hidden second life spilling out in real time. Within minutes, I found the thread that broke everything open. Ryan Bennett. Message after message full of laughter, future plans, sentences that used to be reserved for me. Ryan. Last night was worth every second. Vanessa, you always say that, winking emoji. Ryan. Because it's true. He still has no clue, right? Vanessa. He's harmless, don't worry. He'll never find out. Those words landed harder than any confession could. Harmless. That's genuinely how she saw me. Her safety net. Her insurance policy. I closed the laptop, my pulse steady, not furious, just certain. The next morning I kissed her goodbye like everything was fine. Drive safe, I told her, holding eye contact a half second too long. And maybe actually charge her phone this time. She froze for a moment, then forced a quick smile. You're so weird, she said and walked out the door. That night, I checked the tracker. Her phone pinged nowhere near her office, nowhere near the city she claimed. It showed up at the Birchwood Inn, 20 miles outside town. Room 214. Proof, finally. But proof alone wasn't enough. I didn't just want to expose her. I wanted to take apart the illusion she'd built. I wanted her to feel the exact helplessness she'd handed me. Over the following days, I played the loving husband to perfection. Flowers, compliments, dinner reservations. She thought the guilt was easing off. But every smile I gave her was rehearsed, every word placed like a move on a chessboard. She had no idea I was already setting up the checkmate. Quietly, at work, I made a few calls. Our joint savings got moved into an account under just my name. The house deed got revised through a lawyer friend, since I'd covered the full mortgage. Her car, technically, was registered under my business lease. Piece by piece, everything she believed she owned started slipping out from under her. Meanwhile, I made sure Ryan stayed in the dark, too. With Vanessa's phone mirrored, I started answering his texts late at night while she slept. Ryan, free Friday? Me, posing as her. Can't. Derek's got something planned. Ryan. He still has zero idea, right? Me. Let's not talk about this over text. Just enough to plant a seed of doubt. A tiny crack in their secret. By Thursday, Vanessa was noticeably on edge, checking her phone constantly, pacing whenever it buzzed. That evening, she finally asked, Derek, did you go through my phone? I held her gaze calm. Why? Is there something in there I should be seeing? Her lips parted, but nothing came out. Just a flash of panic she couldn't bury. That's when I understood my silence was breaking her down faster than any confrontation could. That night, I watched her sleep beside me. So peaceful, so convincingly innocent. I thought about the woman I'd fallen for. The one who cried in our first tiny apartment because we couldn't afford furniture. The one who left handwritten notes and surprise takeout on the counter. That woman was gone. Whoever lay beside me now was someone else. And if she could reinvent herself at my expense, then I could rebuild myself out of the wreckage she left. I opened my laptop and started building the plan that would change everything. One final move that would force her to face what she'd done, in front of everyone who'd believed her performance. Since Vanessa wanted a life built on deception, I was going to hand her one she couldn't slip out of. By Friday morning, every piece was in place. Every file, every transfer, every quiet step I'd taken all week sat organized on my laptop screen. Proof of the affair, proof that I now controlled what she thought was hers, proof that I was never the fool she'd painted me to be. But the real centerpiece of my plan had nothing to do with money or property. It was about delivering the truth in a way she could never wriggle out of. That morning, Vanessa got ready with her usual polish, curled hair, careful perfume, calm voice. Don't forget, I'll be back late tonight, she said, sliding into her heels. Another client dinner? I smiled. You mean Ryan, right? She went still. Her lipstick trembled slightly before she laughed. a bit too loud. You're being ridiculous. Ryan's married, he's basically family. Right? I said gently. Family that books hotel rooms and tells you you're the only person who gets him. Her eyes went wide, color draining from her face. What are you even talking about? I'm talking about the truth, Vanessa, I said, rising from the couch. And the fact that your work brother checked into the Birchwood again last night. Room 214. Want me to pull up the receipt? Her mouth opened but nothing came out. Just a sharp gasp, like she'd realized the air had turned poisonous. I kept going, voice level, almost distant. I saw the messages. All of them. Every photo. Every promise you made him that used to be mine. Tears filled her eyes. Derek, I cut her off. I'm not looking for excuses. I just wanted to hear you lie one last time. Her shoulders dropped. Whatever mask she'd worn for months finally shattered. I never meant to hurt you, she whispered. It just happened. I laughed under my breath. That's always the excuse. It just happened. For a moment the silence between us was heavy enough to choke on. Then I said, You're still headed to that dinner tonight, right? She hesitated. I don't know what you're planning, Derek, but please don't make this worse. I'm not making anything worse, I said. I'm just giving the truth room to breathe. That evening she left wearing the same dress from their first work trip, the same perfume I'd once bought her for our anniversary. She had no idea I was already several steps ahead. An hour later I drove to the Cascade Hotel, a different spot than their usual place, but I knew from the mirrored messages that Ryan had reserved a private event there. I'd called ahead earlier, pretending to be him, and confirmed the booking. Then I added one extra name to the guest list, Derek Coleman. Inside the ballroom, soft music played beneath warm lighting. Executives mingled, glasses clinked, laughter carried through the room. Vanessa walked in glowing and composed, her hand resting on Ryan's arm. Seeing it hit me hard, but this time the pain didn't wound me, it powered me. I stayed near the edge of the room, folded into the crowd, until the host called for attention for a short presentation. That was my cue. The lights dimmed, the projector clicked on, and instead of Ryan's corporate slides, a different set of images filled the screen. Screenshots, texts, hotel confirmations. Every detail of their affair, dated and unmistakable, displayed in front of roughly 200 people, including Ryan's own wife, who gasped audibly from the front row. Vanessa went pale and froze. Gasps rippled through the crowd as Ryan struggled for words. Then my voice broke through the silence. Looks like this partnership's been very productive. Every head turned toward me. I stood there calmly, holding a glass of water like I was about to give a toast. Sorry to crash the evening, I continued, but I figured honesty was part of good leadership. Vanessa's eyes welled up. Derek, please stop. But I wasn't yelling. I wasn't angry anymore. I was exact. You built an entire life on lies, Vanessa. Consider this your farewell campaign. Security arrived moments later trying to calm things, but the damage was permanent. Coworkers whispered, phones came out recording, and by the time she fled, footage was already spreading online. I didn't chase after her. I slipped out the back, breathing in night air that felt cleaner than it had in years. Once home, I poured a whiskey and opened my laptop. The emails were already drafted. Copies of the messages, the photos, and a resignation letter written on her behalf, timed to hit her company's HR inbox at midnight. By the time she came through the door, mascara streaked and panic on her face, it was already finished. You destroyed me, she cried, voice cracking. I looked at her, face giving nothing away. No, Vanessa. You destroyed yourself the moment you decided I wasn't enough. She dropped to her knees, whispering, I made a mistake. I still love you. I took a long breath and answered quietly, almost softly. You don't get to love someone after you've already broken them. Then I turned and walked upstairs, leaving her sobs trailing behind in the hallway that used to feel like home. I didn't sleep that night. Not because I missed her, but because for once I finally didn't. For the first time in years, I felt genuinely free. And in that freedom, something clicked into place. Revenge was never about tearing someone down. It was about taking back the parts of yourself someone tried to erase. She took my trust. I took back my peace. A fair trade. By Monday, the life Vanessa had built out of lies had fallen apart. Her company suspended her pending review. Her name was everywhere online. Clips from the ballroom kept circulating. Ryan's wife filed for divorce. And Vanessa? Nowhere to be found. I didn't gloat. I didn't feel any real victory. Just stillness, the kind that settles in after a storm passes. I'd since moved into a small apartment above my workshop. Simple. Quiet. A space where I could actually breathe again. A silence that no longer hurt. Then one evening, there was a knock at the door. I didn't need to check who it was. Vanessa stood there. Hair a mess. Eyes swollen. No makeup, no polish, no armor left. Just a woman with nothing left to hide behind. Derek, she said, voice trembling. Please, can we talk? I stepped back and let her in without a word. She walked in clutching a folder like it might shield her. I lost my job, she said softly. They said the board couldn't recover from the scandal. Ryan's blaming everything on me. I didn't respond. She glanced around, her eyes landing on the half-finished table near the window. You're still building things, she murmured, attempting a smile. You always know how to fix what's broken. I shook my head slowly. Not everything is worth fixing. Her lips shook. I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but I need you to understand. I was lost. The pressure, the endless hours, I made decisions I can't explain. I kept waiting for you to fight for me, to notice me again, but when you didn't. She stopped when she saw my face.
Calm.
Unreadable. So you decided to punish me? I said. Her eyes filled again.
No.
I punished myself. For a while, neither of us said anything. The quiet felt like an ocean where a bridge used to stand. Finally, she said, You were the only one who ever really saw me. I just forgot who that person was. I took a slow breath. Vanessa, I never wanted revenge to ruin you. I just wanted the truth to be louder than every lie you told. She nodded weakly. It was too loud. She set the folder on the table. Inside was a check, everything left from her severance. You should have this. Half our savings and most of the house. I'll sign whatever papers you need. Just please don't hate me. I looked at the check, but didn't reach for it. Keep it, I said quietly. I already got back what you took from me. My peace. She broke down completely then, silent sobs shaking her frame. For a second, I almost stepped forward, not out of love, just old habit. Then I remembered every night spent waiting for her to walk through the door. Every lie disguised as affection. Every time she called me paranoid while holding someone else's hand. Some things aren't meant to be repaired. I walked over and opened the door. Goodbye, Vanessa. She looked up, eyes rimmed red. Do you think we could have found our way back? I held her gaze one final time. Maybe, if you'd wanted me half as much as you wanted to be wanted by someone else. She nodded slowly, tears sliding down her face, and left without another word. Once the door shut, the air in the room felt lighter. That night, I went back into the workshop. My hands moved across the smooth grain of the oak table, sanding down every rough edge, coaxing something new out of something worn. And it hit me, life is a lot like that wood. Scars never really vanish, but they can become part of what makes a piece whole, if you're willing to keep working. For years I'd measured myself by her love. Now I measured myself by its absence, and oddly, that felt right. Sometimes revenge isn't loud. Sometimes it's the stillness after the fire. The quiet understanding that walking away with your dignity intact is the sharpest move there is. I set the sander down and looked out at the city lights glowing against the dark. For the first time in a long while, I didn't feel small beneath them. I felt free.